The sun had barely risen over Tokyo when whispers began spreading through the underground fighting world. I can be a giant had appeared. Not a man who was merely tall or strong, but something else entirely. IND. They called him Gorozan, a mysterious fighter from the remote mountains of Central Asia. Standing nearly 8 feet tall and weighing over 200 kilograms, he possessed strength so overwhelming that seasoned fighters described him as a walking landslide. Within weeks, champions from around the world challenged him. Within minutes, they all lost. Bones snapped, pride shattered, careers ended, and for the first time in years, people wondered if there was someone even stronger than the legendary Yujiro Hanma. That rumor reached one person, Baki Hanma. Look, Baki wasn't interested in fame anymore. He had already fought monsters, killers, and warriors whose names were spoken like legends. But strength fascinated him, not because he wanted to prove himself, because he wanted to understand it. So one cold morning, Baki traveled to an abandoned quarry where Gorozan was training. The giant stood before a granite cliff. With a single punch, he shattered a boulder the size of a truck. Dust exploded into the air. Even Baki raised an eyebrow. That's impressive, he said. Gorozan turned. You are smaller than I expected. Baki smiled. And you're louder. For a moment, silence filled the quarry. Then both men began laughing. Fear. The fight started without warning. Gorozan charged. The earth trembled beneath his feet. Most fighters would have tried to dodge. Baki stepped forward instead. Their fists collided. The shockwave echoed through the valley. Birds fled from nearby trees. Baki's arm tingled. Gorozan's eyes widened. Craze. Neither had expected resistance. Oh, hours passed. The battle became a storm. Punches cracked the air. Kicks split stone. Entire sections of the quarry collapsed. Yet neither man fell. As the sun sank toward the horizon, Baki noticed something strange. Gurusan wasn't fighting with technique. He wasn't reading movements. He wasn't adapting. He was relying solely on raw power. Like a mountain. Unmoving. Unchanging. And mountains had weaknesses. Lost. Grizzly banged the same. And Baki changed his strategy. He stopped attacking. Instead, he flowed around the giant's strikes. One step, one pivot, one dodge after another. Gorozan grew frustrated. His breathing became heavier. His movements slowed. The mountain was tiring. Meanwhile, Baki seemed faster than ever. Great. Then came the final moment. Gorozan unleashed everything he had. A punch powerful enough to crack solid rock. Baki slipped beneath it. His body twisted. Every muscle moved in perfect harmony. His fist landed softly against Gorozan's chest. To spectators, it looked harmless. But the impact traveled through muscle, bone, and organs like a bullet. The giant froze. His eyes widened. Then he collapsed to one knee. For the first time in his life, Gorozan felt fear. Not fear of pain. Fear of being understood. All discuss at discourse bullies. This all discuss at discourse discourse this. They use be able to and we you be able to we you you be Baki stood before him. You know why you lost? Gorozan shook his head. Because strength isn't about how much power you have. Baki pointed to his own heart. It's about how much of yourself you understand. The giant lowered his head, not in defeat, in respect. Respect. Years later, fighters would tell stories about that battle. They would speak of the giant who could break mountains. But they would remember something else. The day the mountain learned fear. And the day Baki Hanma proved once again that true strength comes not from muscles alone, but from the endless pursuit of growth.